Christmas is not Christmas without a real tree.
With a little help from one of Santa's helpers, All Things Harlem goes all things Christmas trees and gives you the real deal on buying the real thing. The different types of trees and what to keep in mind.
Berta dwarf spruce. They get up to probably about 6-7 feet tall. They're good for like balconies. You put them on your balcony in your house or in your apartment. Or you can dig a hole in the ground outside your house and put them right in the ground. That's totally up to you. The firs are a thicker tree. The branches are thicker. I think they would stand more as far as heavier ornaments. Okay, the balsam is a thinner, and I think if you got heavier ornaments on it, you want to watch them because they could fall off and break. Balsam's a thinner tree, and the fir is a thicker tree. And you can tell by feeling it right here, the difference in it. You feel this one, feel how thick this one is. All right, and then you come over here to this one here. This one here's more thinner. They're prickly. They're sharp. They're not a real good tree to have around a small child.
Some of the do's and don'ts.
You want to take the tree, pick it up. This right here, you pick your tree up like this, drop it like that. You're going to have some needles on the ground because that's going to happen, but if you have a lot of needles on the ground, that tree is getting too dry, and it's not a good thing to have in your house. You don't want to have the heat really cranking in your house because the hotter it is in your house, and the more it's going to draw the water out. And if you don't pay attention to the water dries up, then your tree's going to die off. And needles are going to get all brown, and needles are going to fall off, and that creates a fire hazard. You got to make sure you have water in this at all times because the tree, even though the tree's been cut off, it still is going to draw water up through to keep it alive. So I would use anything that's any lights that are like LED lights, it doesn't put off a lot of heat. And I wouldn't have the tree near a fireplace or any place that's going to do any sparks or anything like that because it will ignite. Put this down, put your tree on top of it. When you get down to the end of the season, you pull it right up around your tree like this, tie it off and on, take it out of your house. You don't have pine needles all through it. This is like a nutrients that helps preserve the tree for a little bit longer.
How to choose a stand and how to get the tree on it.
Rule of thumb is you want to be the same size as the tree, okay? The stand here is good for a 5-6 foot tree tops, 8 foot tree, and a 10 foot tree. Now you don't want to take and have say an 8 foot tree and stick it in a 5 foot pot because you only got something this big around and the tree's going to tip over. You notice the size difference here, from here to here is a big difference. And this one right here's got more stability as far as what this one right here's got. So you buy your pot, tree stand according to the size of the tree. So this right here is fresh. Take your stand, put it on here like this. Get it centered, hit the bottom of it like that, so that way it holds it on. Stand it up. Once you get to stand up, have somebody hold it for you. You hold it yourself. You just screw these in. This is fresh here. Alright? Before, this right here was dry and it's hardened over. There's no way the water can penetrate up inside of this. Okay? So by cutting it off, you come to a fresh cut. That freshness hits the water can draw up inside the tree to help keep the tree, to give it the water it needs.
And for those who are worried about the environment?
Okay, a lot of people get a misconception about people just going to the woods and whack the forest down. That's not what happens here. What happens here is these trees are grown on a plantation. It's just like corn. They started out from a seed with a purpose to make Christmas trees, okay? The average Christmas tree is anywhere from 5 to 7, 8 years old. It takes time to grow these trees up. They have to be pruned up, they have to be special, they have to be fertilized, they have to keep the weeds away from them. So people's misconception that people are slaughtering the land to get the trees, that's a total misconception because that's not what happened.
Now that you have the facts, holiday tree shopping won't put you in a Holi-DAZE.
Rocking around Christmas